time we will see him as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh,
Should have been
for
tonight.
Sure, absolutely.
But, the thing is, and what I kind of get scared of for Dean Ambrose is the fact that he does all this crazy stuff. This is going to shorten his career.
Oh, yeah.
And, this sort of thing that we saw in the TLC or ladder matchup tonight is stuff that when I was 5 years ago, I would have absolutely loved. Now I'm a father, and so it kind of bothers me.
Sorry, I'm having a spasm over here. Somebody just popped in my head, and I can't remember the name of them.
But anyways...
The puppet.
The puppet?
Yeah, he always had the sock on his hand.
Oh, Mick Foley.
Thank you.
And, again, if you look at Mick Foley now, he needs his wife to help him less than tired and get his shoes on.
That's why it popped into my mind, because it's basically the same...
I remember Mr. Sacco very well.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Did Mr. Sacco visit you in your dreams?
I wouldn't necessarily say that, but...
Okay, but
it was fun to see.
But anyways, you had made the Undertaker reference, and the big thing for me was Undertaker would save doing these crazy things for once a year at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas Dean Ambrose
does it all the time.
He seems to do it way too much. And at points I was like, oh my god, there was I thought it was an incredible matchup, but at one point I just felt the matchup had gone too brutal.
It was definitely cringeworthy towards the end. It was unreal. I enjoyed every minute of it, and yes, I have kids.
I did too. It was still a great matchup. It's just nowadays they tend to here and there take it a little too to the extreme.
Yeah, it's not like the old days where it was more acceptable.
I don't know if it's even so much they take it to extreme, because I look at where WWE is now as opposed to 5-10 years ago, and how they've eliminated chair shots to the head because they want to try to prevent concussions as much as possible.
Have noticed that.
So the style has definitely changed, but for me, I don't know. I'm kind of losing, love for this sort of matchup. I remember back TLC back in December, I hated the whole thing just because that sort of thing doesn't appeal to me anymore. And I looked at Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, and these two are extremely talented professional wrestlers, and they didn't really need a ladder to have a great matchup. And in fact, there was a great deal in the matchup where the ladder was used almost not at all, or
it was like a battering ram.
Where, they were using it, but they were using it really smart.
Oh yeah,
and and a lot of the things they were doing were actually quite safe.
What do you think about how it actually ended, though? I thought both of them having it falling to the ground,
and Seth Rollins gains possession, everything wins. I thought that was good because Seth proved that he could win the big matchup on his own, but at the same time,
absolutely.
Dean Ambrose
proved that he came that close.
He came that close and just proved how damn tough he is.
I say, he tried. He's getting there. He's getting there.
Hopefully, though, this will lead to Seth Rollins moving on to his next feud. I'm kind of cringing at the idea.
The thing, though, is I like this feud. I like the feud between Rollins and Ambrose.
But I feel that even though the ending, some people might think is a little controversial, I think
that's why I think it should continue, because it was controversial, but it was the best way to do it. Is to show it's like you were almost that close. Okay, next step. Boom, take it over.
But here's the thing. How can Dean Ambrose go off and get, a third, shot at the world title? He had his chance in the matchup a couple of months ago, featuring Randy Orton, a fatal four-way match with Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, and he didn't succeed there. He tried at, Elimination Chamber. He got screwed there. He lost tonight. There's really no ground for him. There's no way that he can just go in there and say, hey, I want another title shot.
See, I don't think the storyline is done. I don't think there's... I don't believe that they can end it like this. I believe there's more coming.
And I can understand that, and from a mind that I sort of do fantasy bookings in my head, and I don't really see where Seth Rollins can go from here, because Roman Reigns, who would I consider to be the next big challenger, he's got Bray Wyatt in his way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't see much left for the Shield.
Well, yeah, and Ryback, he's the Intercontinental Champion. Of course, he's got The Miz and Big Show to worry about.
No, I'm going to stop you there. He doesn't have The Miz to worry about. No one worries about The Miz. He's like a pothole. He's not even
worried about a pothole. A pothole's going to do damage to your car.
Okay, when you're the size of Ryback and you're the size of Big Show, a little tiny pothole like The Miz means absolutely nothing. It's like a speed bump.
And yet, I mean, again, this is a guy who's a WrestleMania main eventer, a former world champion, former Money in the Bank winner, a multiple-time Intercontinental United States champion.
You could be a former Olympian.
Champion.
It don't mean nothing. It doesn't. What matters is now. And, what damage did he do tonight? Absolutely none.
Well, you know what? It was enough that, Big Show, laid there for a couple minutes and then got up looking fuming.
The title didn't change hands. Nothing changed. Same result. I guess nothing.
But again, I don't really know where they can go from here. I don't really see how they could, do Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins again. But at the same time, I'm not sure where these two characters would go.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. But if anyone's going to take over the world heavyweight, who do you think is going to actually take it from Rollins? Because obviously Rollins can't hold it forever.
Honestly, I'm kind of hoping it's going to be Roman Reigns.
And Mike?
I would have to agree. I'd say Roman Reigns, go for it. I mean, he's getting closer all the time, but it just seems like he always seems to fall back. Struck out, like luck out or something, or just like fall out of luck because Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble this past January.
Well, we are going to have to start.
We're going to have to try to bring this to a close. It's honestly though, I'm kind of hoping that they'll do Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins at either in a one-on-one matchup at SummerSlam or bring Brock Lesnar in to have the rematch.
I still want to see a triple way: Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns.
I think that's hilarious.
3 members of the former Shield
all fighting each other. Absolutely. You know what?
Honestly, though, I mean, back when
it's going to end up as Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose kicking the Royal Tuchus of Seth Rollins.
And again, you know that if these two guys, Reigns and Ambrose got in the matchup, you know that if either of them, won the championship, the winner buys beer.
Oh, absolutely, and that's why I want to see it, because I don't care who wins as long as Rollins doesn't.
But anyways, I'm really getting tongue-tied. You got me really tongue-tied.
That's good. That's good.
I think I'm better start drinking again, honestly.
Absolutely.
But anyways, we have some ideas. If you got any ideas for what you want to see in WWE, again, hook us up on Twitter.
Now you sound like a drug dealer.
Okay,
hook me up, man.
Hook us up. Okay, well, send us a message on Twitter. Again, I am at MaskGuy. The man to my left.
I am at real Captain Fizz. Because I am real, not fake. Because someone stole my name. Screw you, whoever you are.
And again, if you want to, tweet us at the show, it's at Fizz Masked Show.
Wow, he's really tongue-tied.
Hey, at least I got it out this time.
That's what she said.
Oh, shut up. And again, you can look us up on Facebook at the Captain Fizz and MaskGuy Show.
Yeah, we need followers, but honestly, I think Twitter's probably more beneficial. We tweet more. I try to tweet, but I forgot how to tweet.
I don't know, you did actually... You did actually okay yesterday. You were able to send out the link for the podcast.
It took me a few tries.
Mike, do you have anything you want to say in closing?
Any final words?
In closing, well, I just think Money in the Bank pay-per-view, it was a good pay-per-view. I mean, there were some little disappointments in during some of the matches tonight, but it was still a really good pay-per-view, especially that John Cena and Kevin Owens match. That was a real awesome match.
Absolutely. That match would probably saved the pay-per-view for me.
Absolutely.
Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose was a distant second as far as the matches.
Yeah.
Okay, your final words, Mr. Mask?
My final matchup is...
matchup?
Thoughts.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts on WWE Money in the Bank.
We're now the Jerry Springer show.
Yeah, final thoughts. Take care of each other.
Stay away from those tiny hookers.
Okay, I'm just waiting for Mike to settle down a little bit here. So, final thoughts on the pay-per-view. Again, I thought the first half of the show was really a stinky pile of dren. Owens versus Cena saved the show. And, honestly, I mean, this might actually be the first time I've been really disappointed in the quality of a WWE pay-per-view since WrestleMania, which was, I mean, every pay-per-view since then has been really good until we got here, and I just felt it really felt flat.
As a UFC fan, get used to it, brother.
Anyways, so we're going to close up the show. We want to thank our friend Big Mike for joining us to talk about Money in the Bank.
You're welcome anytime.
And you know what?
Happy to come back.
And honestly, I think we need to make this a regular thing for pay-per-views. If possible.
I completely agree.
Absolutely.
It was entertaining.
I
enjoy this.
Anytime we're actually going to talk about WWE, if you're available, we'd really love it if you could join us.
Absolutely.
All right. So in closing, you know me, man. Good night, God bless, and may the force be with you. And I'm cringing already.
I'm stroking my beard and staring at him, and he's really kind of terrified.
I'm terrified because I know what's coming.
See, I told him I was going to change my saying, but honestly, my fans adore it. I cannot change. In the words of Bob Barker, don't forget to spay and neuter your goats. Have a good night. Thank you, everybody.